Welcome to Keep It Electric with Tremayne Person, episode 31. As some failed LA Lakers players would say, you thought we was gone, but we're back in the building. Except singular. Joke may not land. It is what it is. Maybe a small hiatus from yours truly. But believe me when I say, I missed you too. All right, so we're in the offseason. Reeling from winning 88 games and watching two of our division rivals duke it out for a shot to go to the World Series. Congratulations to the Texas Rangers for striking it hot, getting their first World Series win. As a fan of the Seattle Mariners, I'm pretty positive I speak for the entire fan base when I say that I really hope we are not that far behind you. But the Mariners have plenty of work to do, plenty of things to address, and we're going to spend some time this offseason talking about those things. First things first, something we probably think is obvious but must be said. If the Mariners want to continue moving forward this offseason is going to be crucial. Bargain buys will not be the answer. Tommy La Stella. Just don't do it, Jerry. Just don't do it. Regardless of that situation, the Mariners did have to move some things around ahead of the Rule 5 draft. One name that was designated for assignment and removed from the 40-man roster was none other than one of my favorite players to talk about this season, Mr. Mike Ford. Mike Ford, pour some water out on our fallen homie. You know, I don't think this is the last we'll see of Mike Ford, unless the Brewers snag him up. He's got that first base build that they like. But, you know, Mike Ford showed up in some big moments for us throughout the season, and especially for a team that suffered from a power outage for the bulk of 2023. Mike Ford's 16 home runs were a welcome sight across the board for the Mariners faithful. I believe there's a big case he'll be back to starting next season off in Tacoma. Another team could grab him for sure, but I just don't see that right now. More exciting for me is there's been an agreement to bring in Brant Brown in on the Mariners coaching staff. Brown worked with the Mariners minor league farm system for several seasons between 2013 and 2017 before joining the Dodgers major league coaching staff and spending last year overseeing the Marlins lineup. More specifically, this guy is a hitting specialist, and it can only mean a good thing for a team that was second to last in contact last year. Not to mention, he could serve as a great ambassador for some of the free agents out there that have already had the privilege to work with him. Cough, cough, Justin Turner. In other news, outfielder Zach DeLoach was named to the 40-man roster. Zach DeLoach, a second-round pick in the 2020 draft, now gets a shot at making the Major League roster. Over the last 3 seasons in the minors, he's hit .275, had more of a power stroke last season with 23 home runs in Tacoma, left-handed batter, very, very nice swing, can hit the ball all over the field, a line drive that can really carry. What I like the most about this guy is he's a lefty that's not an extreme pull hitter. If he makes the Major League roster and his hitting translates well in the major leagues, he can get one out in the jet streams over to Eggers. Every once in a while, you know, he's not really a speed demon, so don't expect him to run much. But he could grow into more of a Mitch Haniger style of player, especially if he can bring that power to the Major League roster. Now, you know, we really need to address this next thing. There's definitely, you know, the feeling of disappointment. You can feel it all over in Mariners faithful. We're still reeling from that trade of Eugenio Suarez to the Diamondbacks for basically a Pepsi. Catchers Sebi Zavala and pitcher Carlos Vargas, the returns in this trade aren't really anything to be excited about to me, to be completely honest. The only thing that I could possibly be excited about is the $11 million this frees up for the Mariners. Definitely heading into the winter meetings. We're still waiting to see what kind of splash this team is going to make here in free agency or even through trade. They've made splashes early last offseason when they went out and got Teo. I did go into this offseason expecting a similar move, but nothing has really come to fruition just yet. All I know is if they want to make a big enough splash and lure some serious talent to Seattle, they might want to make a move quickly. And that brings me to the winter meetings. The winter meetings begin on December 4th, and that's where I really expect that we would get some clarity on the Mariners' offseason plans. A lot of big moves, big signings happen during the winter meetings. I believe that's December 4th through December 7th. So coming out of that week, I really hope that there's a lot to talk about and we can get more clarity on what this Mariners team is going to look like. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Keep It Electric. Come back for more offseason updates. Until next time, keep it electric. Go Mariners!